Hey, welcome back to the channel. Yes, it is. It's Friday. It's the end of the week, guys. It's April 18th, I believe. I should check this before I put the video on. No, again, I'm wrong. It's the 19th. So I thought today we'd talk about the busy week we had and what we did yesterday and why you're only as good as your last job. I've got a video that it's all about that. But this is the consequences, or in our way, the the good things that come from it. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. My name is Eric. If you didn't already know that, we do the weekday show Monday through Friday, and we usually have a daily upload of something. And we also have for the personal development, the educational, and the weekday are all podcasts as well. So if you're looking for something to listen to on the way to or from work, or while you're sitting in traffic, download the podcast. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. So, like I say, we try to put out at least one video a day, and I try to give one that's educational, that's teaching hopefully somebody something new, or teaching them why it works a certain way. And the one I did yesterday afternoon that you're going to see coming up today is about the fuel system. Everything from your fuel tank, filter, shut-offs, fuel pump if you have it, gravity flow if you don't. But that's what we do here on the channel. We try to put stuff out that we hope is something that everybody can enjoy. So it's been a busy week, yes. And I am not complaining, because it's been so quiet as, crickets, that it seems good to finally see work coming in. And the odd thing that we're running into this year is a lot of them are new customers that we've never encountered before. And a lot of times when we have new customers, I'm kind of a little nervous because we've never dealt with them before, and everything from what their expectations are to trying to get the money out of them to, they're all unknowns, right? But the one thing that we don't do different is our service. And everybody gets the same. And it's going to be top quality every time. And when I said there that you're only as good as your last job, that is so true. Because you could have a customer for 10 years, and if you do shoddy work on this year's service on them, and you don't catch a lot of stuff, and they have a lot of problems this summer, they're not coming back. You say, well, they've been with us for 10 years. I understand that. But they expect a certain level of service from you. And if you can't do it, then don't do it. Don't even start it. And that's anything in life, guys. Whether it's working on a car, or working on a side-by-side, or working on a lawn garden, or going to work every day. You need to give it your best. And what I try to do, and you can teach old dogs new tricks, is I try to look at how can I better myself today to make me better for tomorrow. So that brings us back to, you're only as good as your last job. So we finished up everybody's machine, and the one new customer, we took back their lawnmower and their push mower, and he was interested in how much it cost. So I give him the bill, and he said, "That's it." I said, "Look, we can always charge you more, but I'm not taking any less." So we both had a good laugh. He said, "No, if I'd known that this is what it was going to cost me to do a service and have everything all ready to go, I'd have been with you 10 years ago." He said, "But I know now, and you will get our business every year." And he normally did his own, but he had a hernia operation. They tried it first laparoscopically, and it didn't hold, so they ended up having to go in and cut. So it kind of laid him up for a couple weeks, and but he was just so thankful, you know. And I told him everything we did to it, and what we found, and what we changed. And by the time we got back to the shop, which is 10 minutes, he had called and left a message. "I've got another mower for you to do work on. It's my stepdaughter's. Here's the address, keys in it. Grab it at your earliest convenience and get me the bill." So by doing a great job, we not only satisfied that new customer, but we also gained another unit to work on. You have to pair doing good work with a good attitude, and I'm not sure if that's coming across. It's all in how you treat people. The last person you want doing pickup and deliveries is somebody that hates life. I'm telling you right now, you will lose so much work. You need someone that enjoys visiting with people and doesn't overpromise, but over-delivers. And that's why a lot of times I go with, whether it's Claude and I, to do the pickup and drop off. And usually I'm the spokesman. I'm the one that talks because I'm the one that wants that customer to keep coming back every year. Claude wants to work, but it's work. That's what it is. To me, it's more than work. And let that customer know, yesterday, that customer that gave us another job of his stepdaughters, said, "I really appreciate you doing this with being laid up and this and that." And I said, "That's not even close, sir. We are very appreciative to have gained your trust to work on your unit." And there's a difference of blowing smoke up somebody's ass and being honest. And I was being honest because I am very appreciative for anybody that's willing to take a risk on us, on a nobody that they don't know, that they've been referred to by a friend or family. And in turn, I visited with the gentleman for probably 10 minutes. We got a rapport going. So he knows more about me. I know more about him. He sees I'm more interested in how he's doing with his health and stuff. And if you take an interest in people, they will notice. If you're faking it, you don't fake it till you make it. Don't even try, because they will spot a bullshitter a mile away. I don't overpromise. I just tell them we'll do the best we can with our abilities. And the other thing is, when you're out there doing this, guys and gals, if they say anything about another competing shop, stay neutral. Do not say anything bad about anybody. If they have something bad to say about another shop, most of the shops are friends of mine. I just say, "I'm sorry to hear that, but we really could use the work, and we greatly appreciate you taking the chance on us." End of story. The other thing that you have to be acutely aware of, too, is listening skills. And sometimes customers of ours have needs, but they still want to do their own oil changes and stuff like that. And an example, that's why I did the video on the fuel, is because we had one of our female uh, customers give us a call and ask us if we could get her John Deere riding lawnmower running and also her four-wheeler. Both were no starts. So when we got there to pick them up, you have to listen and then repeat back to the customer to make sure that you're both on the same page. And that is, so how far do you want us to go? Do you want us just to get them running? Do you want them serviced? Do you want them... And the answer was, just get them running. Because she did her own service. You know, we have customers that do their own. But when it comes to trying to troubleshoot and be the investigator that we are as mechanics and shop owners, some people just have an issue with it. And I'll be honest, I have an issue with it when it's my own crap. I can work on your crap all day long, but my own frustrates me. And sometimes it's cheaper. Well, not sometimes, most times it's cheaper to hire somebody else to work on your own equipment than it is for you to work on it. You know, we used to get that laugh growing up. You could always tell a mechanic because they had the POS of a car. But the reason they had that is because they knew that if something broke on it, they could fix it. You know, where a youngster like me, I had to have something in decent shape because my mechanical skills at that point weren't that great. A lot better than today's. But back then you could work on a vehicle. Today, not so much. So you also have to have good listening skills and do exactly what the customer asks. So it ended up being a faulty fuel pump. The external vacuum operated. And voila, we put new fuel pump on it. You know, we troubleshooted it to make sure that that's where it was at. There was no leaks in the vacuum hose from the vacuum side of the fuel pump over to the valve cover. But that's all she wanted done. So that's what we did. We got it running. And the four-wheeler was a bad connection, dirty posts on the solenoid, cleaned that all up, got that running. That's all she wanted, nothing else. And if you had done something else, then you're going to upset your customer they're going to feel like you didn't listen to what they had to say and what they wanted. I know a lot of shops are like, well, if we get it, we fix it, we're going to do a service on it, and then we're just going to bill the customer. You made that time, but you would never get another job from them. And some shops will turn that work down of troubleshooting because they think they should have the whole unit to service and to take care of for that customer. You have to figure out as a shop owner what jobs you're willing to take and what jobs you're not. If you're not willing to give it your all and listen to what the customer has to say, then don't take it on. If you think there's going to be any problems whatsoever of you taking that job on or an attitude, don't take it. I'm telling you right now, it's going to hurt you more than you'll gain on it by not doing what the customer asks. And I'm going to start slowly wrapping this up. I know it's not that long today. I know. The other thing is you should have two sets of eyes on everything that goes out the door. Okay? And if you're the shop owner and you have mechanics doing the work, you still need to sign off. They work for you, right? So your reputation is on their work every time. And I know a lot of shop owners that stay right out of that. And that's hurting you more than you think. Unless you have outstanding mechanics with good verbal skills and a good attitude. I mean, there's a lot of times where I'll send a customer out to Claude when it comes to mechanical when they're trying to figure something out. And that's fine. Claude doesn't think it's fine because he says they're just wanting us to give them how to fix it and then they'll go home and fix it themselves. Okay. But what I'm getting at is the ones that you've done the work on the machine. And this is no slight on any mechanic out there. This is just something you as a shop owner, and maybe you as a shop owner are the mechanic. If that's the case, it makes it a little on the difficult side. But more than once, I've gone out and I've seen things that Claude missed that I want done before that unit leaves because I want that customer to see the level of service that we provide. And if that means you've got we had a Husqvarna yesterday, and how, I don't know, but it was just caked with dirt around the shroud and everything else on the lawnmower. We don't see that very often. Usually the engine's pretty clean. But I told him, I said, before that leaves, I want to pressure wash it. And two reasons. One, appearance. The machine was just a few years old, and by taking an extra 10 minutes and pressure washing it all off, made it look like brand new. But also overheating issues. If you got a lot of dirt, dust caked onto the side of the engine block and stuff, it's going to cause more heat. So you can look at it on a mechanical side and then on a superficial side of it looks nicer. And when he took it back to that customer yesterday morning, that customer was very happy with what he did and thanked him for pressure washing that unit. I try to go above and beyond what my customers' expectations are. You can't always do that. You know, some customers want you to be God and be able to spot everything wrong with your unit, and that's just sometimes not possible. And if I'm working on something and I finish it up and it gets ready to go out the door, I have Claude come up and take a look to see if there's anything I missed that I should do. And we as mechanics need not take that personal. It's just something to make sure that everything is seen and it's out the door. Like I say, it's hard if you're a one-man band. And even having, the shop secretary, if you have someone who does books, come out and take a look at the unit before it leaves. They may have no mechanical skills, but they know what looks pretty and what's going to make that customer happy. So on that note, you guys have a great day. Today's Friday, head into the weekend. We'll try to get that fuel video up this morning. And on that note, I hope your business is picking up like ours is. So we'll see you next Monday on the weekday. And of course, yes, we'll have some videos this weekend of something.